What's going on, my people? Welcome to another episode of Pretty Boss TV, Pretty Boss News. So I just wanted to do a quick video because I know I've been ghost for about 2 weeks. But like I said, you know, I had to deal with some stuff, some insurance claims and things like that I'm getting in order. And you know, I just had that, I already have a million things always going on in my life. So when something happens out the blue, I kind of have to pull back like on everything that I got going on. So not only do I have that situation going on, but I have like 5 YouTube channels, you know what I'm saying? So I've been busy, and I got business that I do, you know, and I've been getting a lot of orders this month, which I'm not complaining about it, but I just have. So I just finished doing some quick videos for my other channels, and I wanted to come talk to y'all about something real quick. So for one, to let y'all know I'm still here and I love y'all, okay? I got them coming. I promise I got the videos coming. But I wanted to talk about in this video right quick, trust issues, you know, because one of my friends hit me up the other day, and they was like, you know, what do you do about trusting people? Like, how do you learn to trust somebody after you've been hurt? And I was like, you know, this is a great question. And what I said, like, in the text, I was like, okay, I don't know, you know. But then I was like, but the conclusion that I've came up with is that as I continue to work on myself, which is what I've been doing, you know, like, I've been consciously just doing that. Like, I haven't even been searching for a relationship within my mind. I definitely don't go looking out like I'm a woman, you supposed to come to me. But in my mind, I haven't even been searching for a relationship because I've just been so focused on working on myself. And I told them, I was like, you know, the conclusion that I've came up with is that the more I work on myself, when it is time for me to meet my companion, and I meet my companion, I will know exactly what I have attracted to myself. You know, and so they got exactly what I meant. They was like, yeah, so, you know, working on myself, I'll be able to trust, you know, I will be able to know that I can trust that person because I'm fully able to trust myself. And I'm like, bingo, he hit it right on the knob. And the reason I wanted to make a video about this, so shouts out to him, shouts out to Markel, you know who I'm talking about, yes, you know, I'm talking about you. But the reason I wanted to make this video is because, you know, we've all dealt with situations and trust issues. And I know if anybody in the world, hold up, trust issues, hold up, whoa, trust issues. Don't judge me, I'm not Beyonce, I ain't Drake. But you know, shouts out to Drake, I love that song, by the way. But you know, I have trust issues. Like, I feel like if anybody in the world should have trust issues or have the right to trust issues, it should be me. You know, and the reason I say that, I'm loyal. This is facts, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm loyal than a mug. You know, all of my friends that I've had, my friends go years back. You know what I'm saying? Like, the person I've always called my best friend, it hurts me because I don't think we had the relationship that I thought we had. And now that I'm older, it's just you look back and you see people who really look out for you, you know. And just being older now, I can't deal with fugazi people, you know what I'm saying? So I had to be real with myself, like, you feel, you know, this person, you know what I'm saying? But that's who I would love to have been my best friend, which is somebody I knew from when I was in elementary school. But you move on, and all of my friends that I have in my life now, they were all in my life for probably like at least 10 years, like, real talk. So I'm a loyal person. Like, once I really call you my friend, like, or my best friend, that's for life. You know, I don't play about that. It's hard to get into my circle and into my heart, but once I put you there, like, you're there. And so even for relationships that I've had, like, you know, I've been through a lot in relationships. I remember my first boyfriend when I was, how old was I? Like, you know, not my first boyfriend, but you know, your first real deal boyfriend, you know, when I was younger. And I couldn't believe, you know, so that was like my first relationship like that. And, you know, being intimate with somebody, and then we were always down. And then I had found out through one of my girlfriends that he cheated on me. And when I say girlfriend, I mean friends. Y'all get your mind out the gutter. This is not LBGT channel, okay? She called me. I never forget the call. She called me. She was like, don't your boyfriend drive a gray Chevy? Don't he got green eyes? Don't he got light eyes? She was like, this, and that. I'm like, yeah. My bad, y'all. This thing keeps getting retarded on me, like, keeps cutting off while I'm talking. Camera's hating on me right now. But, you know, she's saying all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, like, that's him. Like, yes, what about him? She's like, girl, he over here right now with my homegirl, and she about to give him some head. And I'm like, hold on, what? So I was pissed because I had been holding him down for like months. You know, like, how they got, it wasn't jail, but you know how you do like the YDC thing? Well, I don't know if y'all know what that is. If you're in my state, you know what I'm talking about. But it's like, you know, when people drop out of high school and then they go to another thing so they can, you know, they get like boot camp training type thing, and then they graduate that way. So I was holding him down then, and you could only see the person like once a month. So once a month he would come out and I would see him, we would link up, and we did this every month. And then the last month that he was actually getting out, I'm waiting for him to come through. So I'm like, you know, and then when I'm waiting for him to come through and he's giving me all these excuses, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, that's when I got the call from my homegirl. And so I was like, when I saw him, I was so pissed. I remember that day because I used to always solve all of my problems with shopping. So when she called me, I was so pissed. I just went to the mall and I went on a little shopping spree with my little tight booty shorts on. Booty wasn't hanging out. I never had the booty hanging out, but the shorts was tight, okay? So I went to the mall and I went shopping. I had my Hirachis on. Look, that's how y'all know I'm going back, because this is like back in my day. You feel me? So I'm shopping this and that. The next day he comes to my house. He pulls up in the daytime. He comes to my house. He has like a tank top on and he had a jersey on, and he had the jersey like off, but you know, hanging around his neck. And this light-skinned ass nigga, excuse my French, okay, dark ass hickey, and I guess he tried to use his mama makeup to cover it up. You could still see the goddamn hickey through the goddamn makeup. So when I seen it, I'm like, nigga, you got the nerve to come through me after you been cheating, yada yada yada, la la la. So that was it, you know. After that he left. Needless to say, I broke up with him at that point, and that was the beginning of my trust issues. So excuse that long story, but that was the beginning of my trust issues, okay? Like I never trusted men after that, you know what I'm saying? And so it's so funny because me and him still had a relationship, and we still are cool to this day. And that's actually one of the only people that, like, at this point in my life, to fast forward and make a long story short, if any of my exes felt like family to me, it would be him. You see what I'm saying? But we had, even when we dated again way in the future, I'm talking about way in the future, like after I graduated from college and all that, we had an open relationship. I knew how he got down, and he also gave me the respect to be like, well, you know how I am, so I'm not gonna stop you from, you know, if you meet somebody, which that was a mistake because I ended up meeting somebody and I got pregnant and married. God damn it, I messed it up. But anyways, y'all, let me get to it. All right, I had to tell y'all the inception of my trust issues. After that, I had a plethora of things that I went through with different men. You know, I had one of my exes cheated on me in my house, and he would never admit this to this day, but I know he did. You know, I'm not even gonna get into that story, but I felt like that was the ultimate disrespect. Like, it's one thing to cheat on somebody, it's two things to cheat on somebody in their house, in their bed. And that was back in my modeling days. When you walk in my house, it's nothing but posters of me all over the place. So the girl left her bracelet there, so I knew that somebody was in my house, you know. So it was one of them home records, you know. But so, you know, that happened to me. Then I had issues where there wasn't necessarily infidelity in the relationship, but it was like, you know, like dangerous. It was dangerous, like it was physical, or it got like verbal abuse, you know, just different things that you can go through. And so with all of that being said, I damn sure have trust issues. So I just laid it back, girl. I usually don't let people into my life. Like, y'all know I don't like to get too deep and personal, but I got personal with y'all because I gotta let y'all know, like, I done been through some relationship drama, you know what I'm saying? I done had my fair share of tea. You know, might as well spill your own tea. I ain't been drinking tea lately, so might as well spill the old tea. But yeah, so I've had, you know, different things that I've been through, and I had trust issues. So I said all of that to say this, you know, even when I was married, I had trust issues in my marriage. I did. And and the reason was because I was having dreams. I'm a dreamer. So like, you cannot be somebody in my life and be doing something nefarious and I'm not gonna dream about it. So even before this person was doing anything, I was having dreams about his real character, and every time I would wake up, I would be like, but he's not like that. Why am I having these dreams? Because he was not showing me that he was anything like those dreams I was having. He was being perfect. So when I was having those dreams, I knew something was going on, or that something was trying to tell me the person I was really dealing with, but I kept ignoring it because at that time I wasn't as in tune as I am now with my spirituality. But to make a long story short, I did have trust issues, you know, within my marriage. I did, you know what I'm saying? I hadn't worked on myself to the point that I've been working on myself now. And so that's neither here or there, whether he did things or he didn't do things. You know, I'm getting divorced. That's the end of that. I'm over that whole relationship. But the reason I'm bringing all of this stuff up is because, you know, after I was done with, you know, that marriage, it wasn't even necessarily about him or anybody else. What I had realized in myself was that I needed to work on who I am as a person. You know, I always just wanted to be married one time, and I wanted to have like 5 kids with one man. You know, since I'm not going to be married to that person, I don't know if I'm ever going to have kids again. Every time I say this, my dad is always like, well, you know, if you're doing the so I don't think anybody believes that I'm not having any more kids. But I do, though. I feel like I'm done. But if, you know, I do end up having a kid, that's probably gonna be the last one, because I ain't trying to be out here with multiple baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't got time for that kind of drama. No disrespect to anybody who does. I don't even like to deal with one. So back on point, what I learned from all of those things that I went through is that I had to work on myself, because see, the people that you attract to in your life are all a reflection of you. You know, just because you attract a cheater, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a cheater. So I like to get that type of stuff straight, because it's like, even in my marriage, I didn't cheat. You know, I didn't cheat on my first boyfriend who betrayed me. I didn't cheat on him. That was like my first real relationship, and you know, I wasn't going to be being physical with him and being physical with somebody else. And you know, there have been people in between that I cheated on, because after he broke my heart, oh, I became ruthless. I'm like, okay, you know, but you know, that's not really who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't, you know, I don't, in most of my relationships as an adult, I didn't cheat. I'm gonna put it like that. I just had I had one relationship. And you know, it's funny, because see how karma goes around. The same dude who cheated on me in my house, that was the only boyfriend that I actually used to cheat on. Like, but I knew that he was a cheater though. You know what I'm saying? He was like a basketball player or whatever. Anyways, so, you know, I did cheat on him. You know what I mean? But, and it was only with one other person, but it was still cheating. But anyway, so, you always gotta have a side dude. Jokes. It's jokes. Y'all can tell I haven't been on camera because I'm lit. But, well, I ain't been on this channel. But, so, I learned I had to work on myself. You know what I mean? So, in working on myself, I have the ultimate confidence that when I'm ready, when the time is right, because everything is about time, and people always want to be in relationships, but I'm like, if you're always in a relationship, when are you gonna have time to be in a real relationship with you? That's my question. Like, when are you gonna have time to be in a real relationship with yourself? And so me being a grown woman, being that I have already been married, being that I already have a child, I'm not playing these high school games. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be dating, having boyfriends. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. Boss. You know, put respect on my name. You understand? Boss. For all the people who's like, oh, you the boss bitch or lonely. Look, I've been a boss, and I've been married in between that divorce, and I will be with someone again when I feel like it in the future. I don't know if I want to be married with that goddamn paperwork, because that's a whole nother son of a bitch. Understand that it is, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with how the marriage system is set up, because once you get in it, you realize that it's just more goddamn paperwork, you know. So I will get married again in a spiritual way, but that's neither here nor there. But as I was saying, the key is to work on yourself. And then once you begin to work on yourself, you begin to have a relationship with yourself where you know thyself. We've all heard that comedic proverb, know thyself, know who you are. KendraJustine.com, know who you are and succeed. That's what this whole thing is about. So if you know thyself truly, when you attract that companion, when you attract that life partner, which I don't think that your soulmate and your life partner are the same thing, because I've had a soulmate. We had a tumultuous relationship. Love him till today. I will always have love for him, but you know, he's definitely not a life partner. I don't think we could be in each other's lives past 3 months at this point, you know. But so I do believe that soulmates are a little bit different from life partners. A life partner is somebody who you have a mutual understanding, a mutual respect, and you evolve together. I always have a tendency to out-evolve people I'm in relationships with, so they're always looking at me like, damn, she gonna leave me because now she's on to this and that. And I know that's the case. I've learned that. And that's one thing about being a boss female. Like, when you're a female who's ambitious and you're always growing, you getting, you know, you getting money, you getting degrees, you getting gigs, you just always doing something. If you're not with a man who's securing himself, he's not gonna be able to handle that. You know, you always hear about, oh, a man don't want no boss, this and that. It depends on the man. If he's weak as hell on the inside, no, he's not going to want a boss female. But if he knows who he is as a man, you're going to want somebody who can hold weight with you. And of course, I want my man to be able to hold more weight than me. That's what I want. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to diminish myself just to be like, to make a man feel better. You never want to do that. I've done that and it always backfired, okay? That backfired in my marriage, trying to be like, putting my dreams to the side to let him shine, and all that shit backfired. So I will never do that again. I will always be me, you know. That's just life lesson learned. So when you hear these women talking about, oh, you shouldn't be a boss female, you should be submissive because that's why you don't have a man, I'm telling you now, that's bullshit. I'm still trying to get a damn divorce. If it was up to me, we would have been divorced, but he didn't show up to court. That's another story for another day. But don't believe none of that. I've been proposed to 4 times and I'm a boss chick, okay? So don't let females get you twisted. Don't make a female or any other woman or man make you feel that you can't be who you are as a boss chick, because then you won't have a man. No, as a boss chick, you're not gonna have a weak man. You're gonna attract a man that's equally yoked with you. Meaning, as a man, what you're doing as a boss woman, he's gonna be doing as a boss man, and it's gonna work. You understand what I'm saying? Of course, the whole alpha male, alpha female things, if you have that alpha beta mentality, there can't be 2 alphas in a relationship. But I don't really believe in that terminology like that. If you want to put me in the category, yes, I'm an alpha female, but I know of a man who's a strong man who's just secure himself, and I want to attract somebody like that into my life. Shouts out to my pops. That's the most boss man I know. Like, that's a real man. Okay, we're not going to get into that, but as you grow older, I'm like, I had a perfect example of what a man's supposed to be in my life the whole time. Somebody who truly hold my mom down. My mom never changed for nobody. She never will. And he's always been a real man to her, and they're still married for over 30 years now. So fast forward, okay? Let me get to the point. Didn't I say let me get to the point about 5 times? That's why I need to be doing my Pretty Boss TV videos. I just miss y'all. Excuse my excitement. But no, so I had to say all that, okay? But back to point for the last time. I didn't want to make this video too long. When you do work on yourself and you know thyself, I'm talking about you got an intimate relationship with yourself. When you attract your companion to your life, you will be able to trust yourself that you're making the right decision with this person. Therefore, you will be able to open yourself up fully to them. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times we have trust issues, not necessarily because of the person, but we have trust issues because we don't trust whether we are good decision makers. We don't trust whether we attract the right people or whether we decide to date the right people. It all boils back to you. You know, so I said all of that, spilled a little bit of tea. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, but the main point I wanted you to take home, work on yourself. It's so many people, especially females, who just can't sit down and be single. Before I got married, I was single for 2 years. You know, I was dating a little bit, you know what I mean? But I was single though. I wasn't really dealing with dudes. I was just doing boss shit every day. I was working, I was grinding my ass off. That's when I really used to hit the streets with the grind. Like, I used to put shit, metal to the pavement. But, you know, now I work from home. Like, I work so much smarter than I did. That was like years ago now, you know what I mean? But I was single for 2 years, then I ended up meeting my ex-husband, and 6 months later we was married. You see what I'm saying? So, and that was after being single for 2 years. So I'm like, sometimes you just gotta sit your ass down and be single. Like, this time I'm doing it in a conscious way. Back then it was just because I wanted to focus on business. Now it's because I want to focus on my daughter, I want to focus on business, and I want to focus on really building that relationship with myself. So in order to trust again, you must know thyself so that you can trust thyself. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace.